What's good? So I'm going back to this beat that I made back in September of last year. It's something I wrote a hook to, and I want to just show the process of recording a hook and also talk a little bit about my thought process as far as songwriting as a beat maker. So this is something I've been procrastinating for a long time on. I think just because it's so important to me and I want to do it right. But there comes a point where you just gotta stop overthinking stuff and just do it, because that's the only way to do it right, is repetition, practice. So I'm definitely not the expert. This is just something I'm trying to will into existence, do more songwriting content, and I've been talking about this for at least like over a year on my channel. So today, this isn't going to be necessarily a tutorial. If you need a tutorial on recording vocals in the MPC, I did one about a year ago, and I'll link to that at the end of the video and in the description. So in just a second, I'm going to go into this beat. I'm going to break down the beat that I have and talk a little bit about how I usually put a beat together. But one thing I want to kind of discuss is, I think my main issue, my biggest mistake when it comes to making beats, is that I don't leave any room for myself. I started writing lyrics before I really started making beats, and when I started really getting into making beats, I focused more on that. I think that's one of the biggest mistakes, is putting too much into your instrumental. And if you're going to be a songwriter, if you're a rapper, if you got some kind of vocals you want to lay on it, you have to leave some kind of room. So I want to look at this beat making process as not just a beat making process. When I make a beat, if I'm a songwriter, then I'm creating an instrumental with my vocal in mind, and my voice becomes the last instrument that needs to be put on there to kind of drive the concept for what the song is. So yeah, let's take a look at the beat. Let's break it down. Alright, so going into my track mutes, I'm gonna bring things in slowly and talk about my beat making process a little bit. So I usually begin my beat making process with some sort of chord progression or sample chop. Right now I have this piano for this, and then usually from there I'll start to bring in some drums. So as you can see, I have a lot of drum tracks, just percussive stuff mostly. Kick, snare, hats and cymbals, some more hats, and I got a bass line, and then right here I have a pad that just kind of supports the chords. Alright, so at this point is usually when I'll finish my beat off with some kind of lead and create some kind of melodic idea, and that'll be my hook. But like I was saying earlier, I believe this is where I've been making a mistake. Honestly, a lot of the beats that I create, most of the beats that I create have never inspired me to actually write lyrics. So I think leaving some room, stopping at this point, and then starting to formulate, think of something for my vocals, and using my voice as that very last instrument for the hook is going to be where I really start taking this in the direction of writing some songs, because having that hook gives me that main idea. And honestly, this is probably the first hook I've ever written, or written in, like, I don't know how many hooks I've ever written, but I've been kind of solely like in this this little bubble of writing verses. And you may have seen it in my like rhythm and poetry videos, where I'm just writing, just like, it's just a straight rap to, you know, instrumentals mainly that aren't even mine. So this is pretty exciting for me, just getting this hook out, because I haven't done much of this, and then this will allow for me to keep moving this song, like lyrically, verses and stuff after this. So this is the thought process. So here's my hook. I'll just try to spit it real quick, and then we'll go over real quick about recording, how we're gonna do that. So let this run back once. So many people in this world, we walk around with stones. Isolate yourself, you think you walk alone, you're so different. We're throwing rocks, but that sand that you standing on ain't no place to build a home. So many people in this world, we walk around with stones. Isolate yourself, you think you walk alone, you're so different. You're throwing rocks, but that sand that you're standing on ain't no place to build a home. Okay, so that was an okay warm-up for me. I spit that twice, so I actually just have a 4-bar beat right here, which I should have mentioned earlier. But I think that's kind of the normal structure, is a hook will be like 4 bars repeated twice. So you'll end up having 8 bars. So I'm just going to record it once. Hit record, play start, get a little counting. So many people in this world, we walk around with stones. Isolate yourself, you think you walk alone, you're so different. We're throwing rocks, but that sand that you're standing on ain't no place to build a home. So right now it's on the input, put it on auto, and it'll play back. So many people in this world, we walk around with stones. Isolate yourself, you think you walk alone, you're so different. We're throwing rocks, but that sand that you're standing on ain't no place to build a home. So many people in this world, we walk around with stones. Isolate yourself, you think you walk alone, you're so different. We're throwing rocks, but that sand that you're standing on ain't no place to build a home. So many people in this world, we walk around with stones. Isolate yourself, you think you walk alone, you're so different. We're throwing rocks, but that sand that you're standing on ain't no place to build a home. Alright, so there it is. I got my hook down. One thing, it was kind of difficult to just like start from a count in. I think it'd probably be easier to have the full song structure so that I can kind of catch the beat and practice a little bit before I, put the hook in there. But this could just be used as like a little scratch vocal. So it's the main concept, and then I could later come in once I have the arrangement and replace it, and probably start doing some like overdubs and that kind of thing. But I'm not there yet at that process. So from here, this is what I would do. Is I have the 4-bar instrumental. It's got my vocal as the last part of the instrumentation and the concept of the idea. Now I can start structuring this out, copy this, and create like a verse section. And then start building my arrangement. Do that, and then of course I would go to the audio section from the verse section and just remove the hook that I just recorded. Go back out, maybe mute some other things. So we can go in from our hook. So many people in this world, we walk around with stones. Isolate yourself, you think you walk alone, you're so different. We're throwing rocks, but that sand that you're standing on ain't no place to build a home. And then we got room for the verse. So, put it out in the song structure, intro, hook, verse, and then I could section out so I have kind of the standard 16-bar verses, and I can get to writing from there. So that's pretty much it. That's my thought process so far. I'm glad to have gotten this hook in, because I can't just keep writing verses, because it doesn't give me like a cohesive kind of concept to start writing songs. Just one verse, and it's a solo verse, and that's what I've been doing, although it's fun and it's a good practice. So now I have a good starting point to keep me moving, writing some 16 bars or something. So alright, so there you go. That's the video. That's all I got for y'all today. Songwriting for Beatmakers, recording a hook. If you appreciate the video, if you got some value out of it, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. If you want to hear this song finished, leave that comment to encourage me, and I'll try to get it done. Yeah, if you want to support the channel monetarily, I have a drum kit you can pick up. If you're a beat maker, I've got a Patreon, samples over there, extra things from YouTube over here, t-shirts on Teespring, and affiliate links in the description. If you are curious about any of the gear that I use, links in there when you purchase. Of course, like affiliate links, you probably know about them. A little percentage goes to the creator. So if you want to support a channel, support the creators you like, that's one way you can do it. So I appreciate y'all. Till next time, stay humble, lift noise, God bless, and run with your dreams. All right, peace.